Stays crunchy. Stays crunchy. Milk.
Just as I desired, the Philadelphia Eagles overcame the Washington Commanders. Didn't overcame, put a mud hole in their ass, which is basically what I kind of wanted. But the Chiefs did indeed overcome the Bills, which is what I wanted as well, because fuck the Bills. Hands down.
That was a good game, though.
It was, indeed. Go on.
Oh, go ahead. Well, fuck that racist quarterback, but like I as a long-suffering Cleveland fan, I feel for the Bills because I know their franchise has a history. They even have what do they call it? Wide right or wide left or something like that for the Bills or something. They have a name for their fuck up, like we have the drive and the fumble on Red Right 88.
They have been to the Super Bowl 4 times. They go to the playoffs all the time. They are not us. We are not them. This is not the same thing. Because we don't do any of that. So, I'll sprinkle no respect on their name. I just kind of, I don't. Like so my mom was asking about the other day. She's like, "Who you want?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Look, the reality of it is the Eagles is my NFC team." But I'm certainly down to see some history get made if the Chiefs were to win, were to three-peat in the Super Bowl. I was talking about the Dan last week, and I thought I'll holler at you about it now.
The first three-peat.
Isn't it wild to see how quickly this nation turned on the fucking Chiefs?
Oh, people say they love a winner, but no, sometimes they don't. They get a little jealous. They get a little hateful. I remember how popular the Patriots were when they were underdogs in the Super Bowl, and they ended up winning it after the whole Tuck rule and all that nonsense. And now they're just as they kept winning and winning and winning, people started to root against them.
Exactly. Because Bach said it last week. I want to make sure I repeat it right. It is Joker. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And this is what has happened with the Chiefs. They have they have lived long enough to see themselves become the villain, which is so crazy, like I said, because they're out there playing good football with good players, and I respect it. Patrick Mahomes is an amazing quarterback. Andy Reid, a hell of a coach, got his own little look. I get it. I'm supposed to hate the Chiefs because they because of MAGA kicker and MAGA coach and so forth, and Patrick Mahomes' wife being MAGA. So people think that must make Patrick Mahomes MAGA, and I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. But I hear you. I see you. Yeah. I understand it. But I root for I'm not rooting for the Chiefs. I am rooting for the Eagles, but I am okay if the Chiefs win. And that's just what it comes down to. But I really, really, really want Saquon Barkley to win because fuck the Giants. It's like several organizations in the NFL that I'm like, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. Who's next? Because that's just how it goes down, man. And
they tell us as Browns fans, we define ourselves by who we hate rather than who we root for, which I was surprised to hear. And then I thought about it. I'm like, we do hate a lot of teams.
Yeah, it's true. The reality of it is I love two teams. No, I love one team. I don't love the Browns. I am from Cleveland, or I'm going to say I'm from Cleveland because I've been in Cleveland longer than I've been anywhere else in my entire life. I get it. I wasn't born here, but check it out. I've been here longer than anywhere else in my life. So I'm going to say I'm from Cleveland, and we're going to be cool with that. And so, of course, by nature, we are Browns fans. I love the Philadelphia Eagles. Black quarterbacks, y'all. Even though when they won their chip, they won with a white quarterback. But whatever. Can't all be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But
true.
That's my joint. That's my squad, and I bang with them, and I'm okay with that. And I'm not a bandwagoner. I've been down with the Eagles. I used to play with the Eagles in NFL 2K5. Was that the last one they did? 2K? Yeah, I think so. And
2K. It was 2K5.
Yeah. And I played it on I had that one on the OG Xbox, and you could put your own music in that game. You could put CDs in the Xbox, rip music to them, and then take music that you had ripped to the Xbox hard drive, and it would play as the at the beginning of basically at the beginning when they were introducing the players, halftime, and at the end of the game. So basically, you could do like 2 or 3 tracks to it. And I remember playing Exhibit Saphir and Razcast as one of their songs, and I can't think of the name of that song, but it's boom, 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 boom. And of course, the camera's panning over the stadium, and of course, these graphics are amazing for the time. And it's like, yo, this is so crazy that I got this dope little X and a Z song playing while this game starts. And I loved doing that on that particular piece of hardware, and I love that game. And I swore once EA took the license and nobody else could have it, I would never buy Madden again. And I have stuck by that because T can do it, if nothing else, can hold a grudge.
I doubt 2005 was the last time I played Madden. That wasn't intentional. I guess I was holding a grudge with you subconsciously.
Yeah, you're protesting with me.
Yeah.
But I feel like you took a long break.
That's what I was doing on purpose.
You took a long break from gaming. The last system you had before the systems you have currently was the PlayStation 2. And then you were like, all right, I'm done with gaming for a while because law school. You met your lady, so you're dating and, out there doing that and so forth. And, just life, you know what I'm saying? The way life spun for you, know what I'm saying? So it all played itself out that way. So that is what it is. So you can't be the gamer that you want to be all the time anymore. But every now and again, you do get on some sticks, and I like that. I don't know if you do it that much out here on the road.
Nah.
I didn't hear you. Froze up on me.
Oh, sorry. No, not really. Once in a while, like once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Well, when you guys settle, and if that is something,
might have been a blue moon out last time I played. I don't know if I'm being literal.
Well, I figure once you guys settle somewhere, and if that is something you think you want to do, you could probably get a piece of somebody's hardware. What's on this shirt that is I just pulled clean from the closet? Ew. But still, I figured if that's something you are so inclined to do, you could probably pick up gaming as a hobby once again and enjoy yourself. And they announced the Switch 2. I don't know if you heard that. So that is a thing that's coming down the pike. So you'll have that as an option.
What?
Go on.
Why Switch 2 after the Wii U disaster?
Because Switch 2 works considerably better than Wii U. Wii U people thought was just a Wii attachment because people are dumb. Whereas the Switch 2 lets you know straight up and down this is the next Switch, just like PlayStation 2 and 3 and all these things. And you can, for whatever reason, it just seems to work immediately. Wii U was like, that's confusing. Wii 2 would have been better than Wii U. Tell you right now. It would have been less like people would have been less like, what's happening here? So Switch 2 is the name. They're going to continue with this brand. The brand has worked too good for them. It's very nearly the best-selling piece of video game equipment ever. It's just like a few behind the PlayStation 2. So yeah, you don't get off of that horse. You keep riding because that's what it is. So
yeah, Nintendo doing you proud as a Nintendo head.
Yeah,
Nintendo head. I don't know. There's got to be a better name for that.
I'm a gamer. Is what it is, and I'm a Nintendo, and I am a Nintendo guy. I am sad is far too strong. I am a bit slightly disappointed that they're not coming out and doing something wacky, because that's the fun part about new Nintendo consoles. They come out the pocket and they do some crazy nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But they have not announced everything this system will and can do. So I'm going to be patient. They have is going to be the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct scheduled for April 2nd, which makes me laugh every time I think about it because they were like, we definitely not doing this on April Fool's Day. So nope, because nobody gonna be out here making people think or say some other shit. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I do understand that. So April 2nd, we'll see what they talk about. Things people have been rumoring about is that the new Joy-Cons, because everything's bigger. So the screen is going to be bigger. It's going to be I think an 8-inch screen. The Joy-Cons are going to be magnetic rather than mechanical slot in. They're going to slot in, but then be held on by electromagnetics. But also there seems to be an optical sensor at the bottom of the Joy-Con, like the side of the Joy-Con, I guess. And so you can kind of use a Joy-Con like a mouse. So I'm excited for the possibility of what that could mean in gaming. Just like, and like I said, all this is just rumor and speculation, but they show what it looks like. And of course, it looks like an updated Switch. And I'm like, that's okay by me. I'm a gamer, bro. I'll have the new Switch, hopefully day one, if possible. And if not, it's soon thereafter. And that's just how your man moves. It can play all the old games, almost all the old games. I'm sure like games that probably require the standard Switch Joy-Con is probably what's going to be like. You can't play that. So like Ring Fit Adventure uses a specific peripheral that the Joy-Con fits in. Well, the new Joy-Con is certainly not going to fit in that. So you're probably not going to be able to do that. So, but I think most games will work fine by backwards compatibility, which is super nice because I have a pretty substantial collection of Switch physical games because that's the guy. And I got a bunch of games I bought digitally, which would be nice to be able to, like, hey, my games just work over here, you know? So I dig it, man.
Transfer somehow.
Yeah. You know, it all plays itself out. So it's gonna be great. I mean, I really wasn't talking about games, but I mean, while I'm talking about games, the rumor has it here. I actually have it up on my screen unintentionally, but whatever. That GTA 6 is, of course, supposed to be coming out this year. Will it come out this year? Doubt it. Fully doubt it, but supposed to. And
well, Wikipedia said 2025.
I mean, that don't mean nothing, bro. You know how much that Rockstar will be like, oh, we had to push it back a year just to make it right. But apparently they are aiming at it running at a solid 30 frames per second on console, which is going to probably piss a bunch of people off because they were like, I want 60 frames and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just don't care. I do care when things look bad at lower frame rate, but if everything looks fine and they locked it rock solid 30 frames per second, I'll be fine. But the rumor is that they're going to sell online separate from the main game. And I think that's horseshit. But they've made so much money on GTA Online that I kind of fully understand as to why they would do it, you know? So it's bread, people. Companies are companies and they want to make money. Oh yeah, that's a smart thing. As I look through this thing, somebody's like, they'll probably sell it as $100 combo pack. Can you imagine paying $100 standard for games?
I've never paid that much for a just standard game.
Yeah, they seem to think that is possibly coming down the pike, but I'm like, nah, I don't. I think if somebody tries to charge me $100 just to play a regular game, like straight up, like $100 for this, I'm like, I might have to be like, I'll wait because somebody gonna put it on sale, or somebody or you know it'll go somewhere used or something. We'll figure it all out. So we'll see how that all plays out. But
GTA 5 only $18 at Walmart.
What'd you say?
The GTA 5 only $18 at Walmart. So there's some benefit to being behind a generation.
Have you not played GTA 5 at all?
I have not.
It's so good. It's like, I understand why it's the best-selling game of all time, because kind of is the best game of all time. So I get it, fully get it. It's an amazing story. It's well done. You got 3 characters you're playing with, and it's a really good game. I hadn't played that since I beat that on. I played it on 360 because it initially came out on 360 PS3 time, but I beat it on Xbox One And I've never played it on the PS5 and or Xbox Series consoles because, of course, it's been out that long that it's hit 3 consoles and PC for that matter. I actually own it on PC. I got it for free from somewhere, so I actually own it on PC, so I could play it on PC if I were so inclined. But I possess it. But yeah, it's a good game, man. It's a real good game. I gotta respect it. So GTA 5. You have not played it.
Not to prolong this conversation, but it's weird. I got to say, I have had a reoccurring dream where I've been playing some version of GTA, and I wake up and I'm like, my video game is not even, it's in storage right now. Not in storage, it's underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Because the kids can't be playing the video games too much.
Sometimes
they handle it poorly.
So, okay, that's what's up. Sometimes I'm like, you get real old school boomer parent on these motherfuckers. You're gonna go blind watching the TV and playing the video games. But no,
not that. They're just they become assholes.
Fair, I get it. Like I said, if it can't be, if everybody can't play nice, then no point in playing. So that's real, and I understand that. But also, again, in your current setup, you couldn't play that game. It's too much. It's too much violence. It's too much nudity. It's too much profanity, and you could not enjoy that game around everybody. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you let the kids watch R movies or anything like that there with you?
Not really. No.
Yeah. So
I think Titanic.
But that's PG-13. That's just some titties. Who cares?
Yeah, titties don't mess them up like extreme violence. I don't let them watch like. I just hate it when a little kid comes up to me and brags like, "My parents let me play GTA." Like, I don't need to. I don't care, kid. Leave me alone.
I did not let Xander play GTA. I said he could play. He did. He very much respected the boundary. I said you can play it online because it's literally just driving around and shooting and having a good time. I said you can do that. I go, but you cannot play the actual game because there's too much going on in it that I don't think you're ready for. And to this day, I don't believe he's ever played the actual story mode or whatever, if you want to look at it like that. And so I love the gamer that Xander has become over the years. He plays such specific types of games. It's like either high level racing and or like sim games of that ilk, cars type stuff, or like Elden Ring. He just bought Elden Ring on PC the other day. I was like, the receipt popped up. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, oh, you bought Elden Ring on PC, which he owns already on Xbox, but of course he doesn't really live at home anymore. So he'll play it on his PC. So I'm like, that's what's up, man. I respect that. So I can't be mad about my man's doing what he's doing. But that's what's up, y'all. Let me get this started. I'm gonna spit y'all some lyrics that are so old school and a little bit I don't know. You'll hear them and you'll be like, damn, T, really? But I was just in the mood to hear this song, and then I played this song, and I was like, man, that's a good song. I'm gonna do them lyrics tonight. So just know this is from like 93. So yeah, there's expectations here. Okay, let's go.
All right.
It takes a nigga that's hard from the start. You gotta have heart to meet a bitch, mack her down, then rip her apart. It's all in the game. A nigga can't change if you don't break a bitch, then your game is lame, man. See, I'm from Tennessee with curls and gold teeth. See, everywhere I go, bitches strike up conversations with me about the way I walk, about the way I dress, about how my gold teeth look so fresh. See how I bait them in soon as a nigga speak. That deep voice just make a bitch knees weak. I'm in my Cadillac, chilling like a fat Mac, smoking on a fat sack, drinking on a pint of yak. I pick up my car phone cause the freak beat. It's my nigga baby mama, but sometimes I creep. That's just the way it is. Niggas have to take a chance. When you ain't around, anybody could be in that ass. But I'm just a young nigga trying to make $1, and the way I live, to some is hard to swallow. See, living down south ain't what you think it be. 9 times out of 10, niggas like me, pimps. And then it has this sweet ass fucking chorus, and I just can't seem to get my feet on the ground. That's Pimps by 8Ball and MJG. Again, 1993, August of 1993, if you want to be particular. So, it was the 90s. we cursed a lot more and thought pimps were cool for some reason. We thought pimps were cool because we watched a bunch of movies from the 70s and the 80s of pimps being cool. So then we just thought pimps were cool. And then it turns out pimps are terrible, and we kind of figured that out in more of the 2000s. That's what it is.
Hindsight.
Welcome to it. It's episode 563, and we ride on them breast silver wheels. I'm your host, Entertainment 713, joined by special guests, the RV in Puerto Rico. It's my homeboy, Gabe. Welcome back to it, sir.
Oh, good to be back. And the next thing I did, though, was I had a joke that my family didn't appreciate. I can open up with that.
Have at it.
Okay. So there's these two sisters, and the younger sister had a new man in her life that she was just raving about to her older sister. Now, the older sister was a little bit skeptical because the younger sister has a bad history with men. But she agreed to meet this guy because they go to dinner. The three charming, and he treats the younger sister so well, and he seems like a good guy for her. So the younger sister goes to the bathroom, and the older sister says to the guy, "Well, I was skeptical at first, but you seem like a great guy for my sister. In fact, I was wondering, where can I meet a great guy like you?" And he says, "Right here, baby, I cheat."
Yo, no one in your family is going to like that joke. No one's going to like that joke. The kids are too small, and your wife's going to be like, ew, cheating. Sir, come on.
I think that was inspired a bit by a meme I saw. I don't know where I saw the meme, but like I put it together. I liked it. I workshopped it. And I was so proud of it, and I revealed it to my family like a proud joke dad, and everyone's like, no, that's terrible.
I liked it, but you know how I get down, man. So standard fare, y'all. I got a couple of news stories for you. Gabe's going to talk to us about what's going on with him, and I don't think anything's really popping in my life. I can tell you a story about having to go collect my child the other night. That'll be a fun one. It's fun-ish. We got some about assholes, and we slide right on out. People, it's breezy just like that. Let me get to your news stories. This is what I was talking to. Me and Gabe were testing this out last night because Gabe's out in the middle of a Texas. Middle of Texas is Texas is far too large to actually say that, on the east part of Texas, and so he's on the old Starlink, and so we had to test and see if the this would work yesterday. And while we were testing it, I had pulled up a story from ESPN, but now this version of the story is from the AP, and it is Ohio State quality control coach placed on leave amid university investigation. Again, this is from the AP, and they don't have anybody on the byline? That's uncool, AP. Give credit to whoever wrote this. No, they really don't. That's crazy. AP, that's nonsense. You got to say who wrote this. Or maybe nobody wrote it. The way AI be popping at this point, maybe the AP just let them do it. Ohio State defensive quality control coach Joe Lieberger has been on paid administrative leave for the last month. So that would be even during the championship games. That's crazy. While the university investigates them, Ohio State HR department sent Lieberger a letter on December 27th that noted he would be placed on leave immediately. The investigation is being conducted by the university's Office of Institutional Equity. The letter was obtained Wednesday by the AP through a public records request. The Columbus Dispatch first reported Lieberger's situation and noted the Office of Institutional Equity deals with complaints of harassment, discrimination, and sexual misconduct, among other things. The letter did not specify the nature of the investigation. He's going through proverbial hell and back, said Sham Shamansky, an attorney representing Lieberger. The university sets up a system where the lawyers are effectively neutered and reduced to advisors with absolutely no ability to assist in the hearing in a meaningful way. It's an absolute travesty of justice. This isn't a judicial situation. What the fuck are you talking about, baby? This is a work situation. Anyway, Shamansky said the university hasn't given him any indication of how long the investigation could take. The university chooses to keep people in the dark and maintain a system of, we'll call it, pseudo justice that puts the accused individual under an incredible disadvantage, he said. This is done by design because the university is regrettably interested only in itself as an institution and not in protecting basic rights of the accused, whether they be student, coach, employee, and athlete. They couldn't care less. Lieberg has been part of O State's football staff for the last 4 seasons, which means he never beat Michigan. He previously had worked 2 seasons as a defensive assistant at Bucknell, and he was a graduate assistant at Ohio Dominican before that. Dominican? I'm sorry, I need to know what Ohio Dominican is.
What is Ohio Dominican?
Ohio Dominican University is a private Dominican university. And what does that mean? What is a Dominican university? I'm just thinking about Dominicans. And
Does Ohio State have a campus in the Dominican Republic?
Hold on. I need to know what a Dominican university is. Private Roman Catholic University affiliated with the Sinawa Dominican Sisters. The congregation of the Holy Mother, the congregation of the Most Holy Rosary of the Order of Preachers, better known as the Dominican Sisters of Sinawa, is an American religious institute of regular or religious branch of the Third Order of St. Dominic. It was founded in 1847. The General Mother House is located in Sinawa, Wisconsin. The congregation was founded in 1847 by Samuel Mazzucchelli, O.P., pioneer Italian Dominican friar and missionary priest of the upper Midwest. What is a Dominican friar? I guess it's
a missionary.
Commonly known as the Dominican Order, is a Catholic mendicant, Mendicant. I've never heard that word before. Mendicant order of pontifical right that was founded in France by a Castilian priest named Dominic de Guzman. It was approved by Pope Honorius III via papal bull. Religiosum Vitam on December 22 December 1216. Members of the order, who are referred to as Dominicans, generally display the letters OP after their name, standing by Ordinis Praedictorum, meaning of the order of preachers. Membership in the order includes friars, nuns, active sisters, and lay or secular Dominicans known as tertiaries. All that just my brain would not be sated unless I found out what the hell a Dominican was in this regard.
How many layers? What's going on over there?
Anyway, this coach who used to be at the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is interesting in that, but then you find out there's layers of Catholicism that you never knew existed. So it also becomes like, that's crazy. Who knew there was extra Catholicism to be had? Truly, I did not. But I guess all churches are kind of like that when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? There's like different versions of Baptists and Methodists and so forth. So why wouldn't Catholicism have some layers and levels to it, you know? All right. That's that news story.
Yeah, is it like Gibson, like a super secret Catholic?
I mean, clearly not. If they got a full on, schools all over the place and nuns and fathers and the like, it's just different. And Dominicans. Also, it had to be where the Dominican as a republic got its name from, probably, if we looked into it. So maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, your other news story. I find this very interesting, and maybe you will as well. This is from the Ohio Capitol Journal. Nick Evans on the byline. Bipartisan group of Ohio lawmakers offer a new approach to repealing death penalty. The proposal would link capital punishment repeal with prohibitions on state funding for abortion or physician-assisted suicide. Ohio lawmakers from both chambers and both sides of the aisle announced a measure Tuesday that would abolish the death penalty and prohibit any state funding from supporting abortion services or physician-assisted suicide. Ohio law already bars state funding from subsidizing abortions, and physician-assisted suicide isn't legal in Ohio, so kind of unnecessary, but whatever, I'll take it. But the sponsors describe their three-part approach as a statement of values bridging the gap between two very different political outlooks. The proposal's Big Ten approach to pro-life mirrors the Catholic Church's positioning on the idea, and representatives from the church were on hand to lend their support. Man, I didn't mean to make this all Catholic all the time, but that's just how it's turning out, people. Sponsors place their greatest emphasis on ending the death penalty, but outside groups are criticizing lawmakers for connecting three different policy questions and warning the bill could undermine access to abortion care. Well, let's get to that part. Sponsors take. State Representative Jean Schmidt, Republican of Loveland, described how she previously supported the death penalty when she served in the Ohio legislature 20 years ago. What changed her mind was a book written by former Ohio Attorney General Jim Petro. A few years ago, he co-wrote an op-ed with former Governor Bob Taft and former Attorney General Lee Fisher, urging lawmakers to repeal the death penalty, explaining the punishment is expensive, ineffective, and unjust. Schmidt framed her current stance as a question of human dignity. Abortion, the death penalty, and assisted suicide all undermine the commitment to human dignity, she argued. To be consistent with our pro-life principles, we must oppose all three. Schmidt argued that all three proposals support the affirmation of life. Our legislators will make sure that the state of Ohio does not fund death and preserves tax dollars for alternatives which promote life, she argued. Our commitment to protecting human life must be unwavering. Prohibiting state funds for abortion, assisted suicide, and the death penalty create a consistent, life-affirming ethic that upholds the dignity of life. Across the aisle, meanwhile, State Senator Nikki Antonio, D. Lakewood, focused on practical resources. Abolishing the death penalty is pragmatic, she argued. According to the Ohio Legislative Service Commission, abolishing the practice could save the state between $128 and $384 million. Well, most of that's going to come from is, people are going to be like, oh yeah, those drugs are expensive. No, it's the fighting of this. Fighting death penalty cases through court is very expensive because, of course, people have lots of appeals, and appeals can be exhausted all the way up the ladder to the Supreme Court, and oftentimes are. It's expensive fighting cases like this when you could just be like life in prison and there you go. Can you imagine what kind of proactive policies we could do with that, straight up and down? Even as she insisted the time to abolish Ohio's death penalty is now, it had been for a long time. She didn't point to a particular ideal, but rather shifting political winds. The new Trump administration wants to restart capital punishment at the federal level. And just last year, lawmakers in Ohio proposed alternate methods to jumpstart executions. We stand here today, progressive Democrats and conservative Republican colleagues, Antonio said. We may use different language to explain where we stand on the spectrum of our beliefs, but we agree that there is a moral imperative to end the use of the death penalty in the state of Ohio. Schmidt and Antonio were joined by State Representative Adam Matthews, Republican in Lebanon, and State Senator Herschel? I've never seen Herschel spelled like this, but I'm going to say Herschel Craig, Democrat Columbus, and Steve Huffman, Republican Tip City. They're still hammering out the final text of the legislation. Although Matthews in particular noted that he would draft it to ensure the proposal is not servable, i.e. a court can't remove one aspect of the legislation after the fact and leave the other provisions in effect. Okay, I get that. So they don't want them being like, oh, we passed this and be like, here you get your death penalty back. Fuck. But the other two, no. I know that they would do that because they would. They're terrible like that. Tough crowd. Although the measure's sponsors indicate they have lined up several more lawmakers ready to sign on to their bill, they'll face an uphill climb. Antonio backed the death penalty repeal with Huffman last session, and Schmidt sponsored a companion legislation in the House, but neither bill cleared in committee. Meanwhile, State Representative Brian Stewart, Republican Asheville, and Phil Plummer, Republican Dayton, sponsored a bill last year allowing executions to go forward using a process known as nitrogen hypoxia. Well, look, I fundamentally disagree with the premise, Stewart said, of the proposal eliminating the death penalty and blocking funding for abortion or physician-assisted suicide. I don't think there's support in the state, he continued, or certainly in the Republican caucus for eliminating the death penalty. Stewart plans to reintroduce the nitrogen hypoxia bill, and like Antonio, he brought up the new presidential administration. This week, President Trump introduced an executive order that I think puts the federal government squarely in favor of the death penalty, he argues. Not only at the federal level, but it actually directs the entire federal apparatus to support states in obtaining lethal injection drugs and in preserving laws that enable capital punishment in all states. The proposal also got pushback from the Ohio chapters of the ACLU and Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood Executive Director Lauren Blovelt called the measure anti-democratic and argues it shows how low out of touch politicians will go to taint popular legislation with abortion stigma. Okay, the sad reality is what they should have been focused on. What should have been a focused effort to end the death penalty in Ohio devolved into yet another anti-abortion spectacle. Blovelt said, "We can end the death penalty without sacrificing the gains we made for reproductive freedom. While ending the death penalty in Ohio has been long overdue, conservative politicians have aided unconstitutional abortion restrictions as a Trojan horse, allowing our government to dictate our personal health care decisions." In a joint statement, ACLU of Ohio legal director Friedrich Levinson and policy director Jocelyn Rosnick blasted the bill for manipulatively interweaving unrelated issues and expressed disappointment given what they see as progress building a coalition in opposition to the death penalty. Our organization has maintained an anti-death penalty stance since our founding, they said, but this bait and switch bill is a wolf in sheep's clothing, slightly designed to limit how public funds can be used for abortion care and coverage. Furthermore, supporting death with dignity is a long-standing ACLU principle. The sponsors insisted that nothing in their bill would violate the Reproductive Rights Amendment approved by voters in 2023, but the ACLU isn't so sure. In particular, they worry the blanket prohibition on state funding could wind up denying access to abortion medications. The proposed legislation violates the Ohio Constitution by deliberately undercutting the Reproductive Freedom Amendment they warn. Should this bill pass, litigation is not off the table. I hadn't read the whole thing before now. And I think I was just excited with the idea of politicians saying, fuck the death penalty, when we had a president just the other day said, I want death penalty. But reading through it, I'm like,
Well, yeah, they didn't have to add that other stuff. I agree with that ACLU spokesperson.
Yeah, it's shady bullshit, and I get it. You try to pull some stragglers off the other side and hope for the best, but the reality of it is man, they shitty. They will not as a caucus vote for this, and the death penalty in Ohio will go forth as it is. As for the federal death penalty, luckily, I don't know if I want to phrase it that way, but it's the word I'm going to use. Before he left office, President Biden pardoned everybody on federal death row, with the exception of, I believe, 2 to 4 individuals. And so I guess if Trump want to kill those 4 guys, have at it, buddy. That just means federal. At that point, that means all of federal death row has been cleared, and everybody else's sentence was commuted. So we good.
According to IG comments I've read, they're running around in the streets killing people right now. People don't know what things mean.
They don't. So because in their mind he
spent the rest of life in prison.
They believe he pardoned these individuals, but in reality he commuted their sentences to life imprisonment. And people are morons.
Yeah, exactly. People are stupid. And not only is one of those things like building a wall, like using the military to deport people, that seems like you're tough, but is inefficient and ineffective.
Yeah. See, easy as that. That's your news stories for the week. They were both Ohio-based stories, as you can tell. And so we're going to give it up to Gabe at this point. It's a little Gab with Gabe. Hold on, Gabe. I got you a treat, baby. I made you a little video package. I was showing Gabe our various video packages last night, but you have
I'm excited.
Brand new, fresh. And if it don't play for you, because like I said, I know we on a precarious little bit of internet, just watch it in post and you'll be like, oh shit, he made my own little thing. So check this out. I also learned how to fade in Adobe Premiere today for that intro. So to hear that music fade out properly, most of the time I've had to go into a different program, work my music and fade that music, and then put it into a video. But today I learned how to fade audio in Adobe directly. And there you go. Also, those are Puerto Rican flag colors. I went and got the hex codes for them. So specifically the colors of the Puerto Rican flag are the colors of Gabby with Gabe. Hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Excellent.
I have to watch it in post too as well because it was a little choppy. Damn Elon Musk and his supposed to be great internet, but not so great sometimes.
Well, it's all travel related stuff because I know you are, of course, traveling the world. The RV, we call him the RV of Puerto Rican because he is still on the road in an RV with his family, making his way back and forth and up and down throughout this great nation of ours.
I am.
So I figured you might be able to share a little bit of travel story with it if you want to, but you ain't got to do it. It's your segment. Do with it what you will.
Well, I got a little bit of both. Well, I'll just start off with life stuff. It's been a while since I've been on a podcast, and since I was last on, I don't know if he was a teenager, but my oldest is now a teenager, and damn it, here's the thing. I thought you couldn't use logic and reason with women, and that they're resistant to it, and it turns out that teenage girls are even worse.
Teenagers across the board, they'll all be this way. Don't just pin it on her having a uterus.
Okay, I should. Teenagers are resistant to logic and reason.
Facts.
Her favorite word is no. No, no, no.
They forget they really have. They have. Oh, well, I mean, come on, you are her father. But also, they seem to forget that they have very little say over matter. You can say no, but I can overrule
it. Exactly. Well, it's just not no to like do the thing. It's like no to like suggestions. Like, hey, like just as basic advice. No, I'm not going to do that. Like, well, why? It's good advice, and I'm older than you. I've been around. I know what I'm talking about. Still no. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
It's well, I mean, you do because you were that once. You too were like, I don't know, man. I think I know what I'm doing in life. And in reality, maybe people who've been around longer and had some life experience know better than you. Maybe. But you got to get there. And eventually you'll get there. They'll all get there.
I used to not. These movies and TV shows where the martial art expert will try to tutor a young martial artist and try to guide them and give them all these lessons and whatnot. And they were like, I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to go and fight the guy without the training, and I'm not going to try it your way. I'm like, man, why don't they just listen? This is the legendary Mr. Miyagi, or the legendary oh shit, what was that? Sonny from the Into the Badlands. And like, no, they don't. It's just a teenage thing. They don't listen.
Their frontal lobe isn't developed and won't be for a well past teenager. In fact, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be just kind of what comes with it. But what good things have come with having a teenager?
No. Don't take my pause as to mean that I can't think of anything.
I know you're considering it.
She's strong-willed, and I respect that, and it will serve her well in life. So it's nice to see them becoming the person that they're going to be in the future. There's certainly a lot of independence. They're starting to develop a taste in music that goes beyond like all the all the kiddie stuff that they used to grow up to.
Yeah. What grooves?
And it's not going to be long before I have two teenagers in the home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you gonna let your kids listen to music with curse words in it?
I mean, I swear in front of my kids. I want to be honest.
Well, not knocking us, but some, you know what it is when what tape did your dad have a fit about you having?
I try. Oh, Cypress Hill.
Yeah. So you've lived a life where parents,
but like now listening to Cypress Hill is jarring.
But like I said, you know what it is to have had your parents be like, nah, bruh, I can't be having you listen to this right here or whatever. So I wonder if there's is there any music you're like, no, please, I cannot have my child listen to this. Have you come across anything like that? You're like, hell no, you can't be getting down with Morgan Wallen. So the country singer who
No, I can't.
He's the country singer that got caught on camera saying the N-word. And of course, they were like, "You're not gonna you can't cancel him because he's okay." And I'm like, "I guess, bro. He was saying the N-word, and I don't think that shit's sweet, but you know, whatever."
Cancel whoever. Oh shit! Sorry. Cancel whoever the fuck I want.
Yes.
You're not gonna be telling me who I can't and can't have a problem with.
Yeah, these are
okay. I'm gonna get into a little side rant here. I hope this is okay, and I'll get back to the teenager stuff. Okay, hold on. There seems to be a bit of a delay. Are you getting me okay?
It's okay. It's not great, but there is a bit of a delay. So I'm just like, have it, man.
Okay. I am so sick of this insinuation that the people who are offended by shitty people and calling said shitty people are like, oh, you guys are pansies. You wouldn't be able to handle so and so back in the day and like blah blah blah. Like, am I a pansy because I called somebody out on their bullshit, or were you a pansy back in the day when you just sat there and listened to some people get punched down and didn't say shit? You sat there and took it. Does that make you tough?
They seem to think they were. They seem to think we had thick skin. Well, no, you're just a little you're soft as baby shit is all it comes down to. You ain't got no fight in you.
Yeah, you couldn't say it. Exactly. I'm not gonna let some motherfucker asshole call at a political rally, not a fucking not at the comedian club or at a roast, call my people garbage and sit there and take it. That don't make me a pansy because I say fuck that guy. He ain't gonna be talking shit about my people.
Facts. you said nothing wrong or out of order to your man said so, but hey.
Okay, good. Because like I figured we'd be on the same page on that, but like I'm not gonna hear that anymore. I'm not gonna hear like this generation fighting back being called pansies because they won't take that shit no more.
Yeah.
I think good for them. Bro, you're offended? Maybe we should have been offended.
I literally grew up with a song called "We're Not Going to Take It." So I mean, I'm sorry, guys. We're not going to take it anymore. It just comes down to it. Sorry, buddy. I was raised on that shit, and I ain't got to take your nonsense. Fucking just like soft as baby shit, man. I swear to God, boomers is awful. But then, as it turns out, a lot of Gen Z is becoming awful, following the damn boomer path. So,
well, it goes back to die here or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Facts. That's exactly what it is, man. Back to what your child is listening to. What music? You said you don't know where they kind of know what they listen to, like artist wise, and that is true. Xander,
yeah, I don't.
I was gonna say Xander is 21 years old and I'm talking about he gonna go see somebody in concert. I'm like, who the fuck is that? So I'm with you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm getting out of touch. But like, I like Kendrick Lamar, and he's a real popular artist right now, so I'm not so out of touch.
Yeah.
I know what the kids are listening to.
Old man yells at cloud. But nah, man, you know, it's like that's the both, I guess, the fun part and not so fun part is that music, the way music is delivered, people come across artists that they've made their own via all kinds of means. They show up on YouTube, they show up on Spotify, they show up wherever. And so people are like, oh shit, I bang with this particular musician. Their friends say, hey, check this music out and whatever. And it's like, oh, hey, shit, I get down with it. Chaffee's son makes his own music at this point. You know what I'm saying? He's his own style of musician and own type and makes his own little joints. You know what I'm saying? That's where kids are these days, man. So I don't know. I both kind of dig it and am kind of like, oh man, I'm old. So, you know, the best of both worlds.
I embrace the oldness. Sometimes I'll just say like, I like what I like. I listen to the song that's like 25 years old. I don't care.
It's more I'm just grateful to be here, you know?
It's my song and I love it. Yeah,
so I will take the blessing of being old, if you will, if that's what you just want to call me, because that means I have managed to stay here when others have not. And I think that's pretty okay. So call me old. I'll be that. Oh my God. What's going on with the what we've always referred to as the little ones, because your two youngest kids? What's up with their path, their development?
One's gonna be 10 this year, double digits. The other one going on 7.
Yeah.
They're still my little ones. They're still snuggly and loving, and still have these rose-colored glasses when they come to dad and mom and dad. Except if I don't let them watch TV or have a cookie at 7 in the morning, then I'm an asshole.
But you know what?
Well, they were calling me asshole.
Can I have a cookie?
They ask, but sometimes they'll get to know and say, "Ask." To be polite, I guess, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm gonna put some respect in the name for, like I said, for the time, because it used to be they would sneak, army crawl, knock things all over the kitchen, fuck up the house left and right, trying to get to a treat. And now they're like, look, maybe I can, if I ask, he might say no, but this day might be the day where he like, I'm gonna slide you a cookie, little man. Shh, keep that between us.
Sometimes I do.
I trust as much, sir. I know.
Flattery gets you a little bit. I'll get you a little bit in my home. You draw me a picture of me and you holding hands, and there's a heart in between us. Yeah, you might get a cookie in the morning.
Oh shit! Take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Why not? I love that. I'm glad my babies is doing well out here on these adventures. Like I said, I know they cannot go on for too much longer, but I'm glad they will have had this and can chalk it up. Be like, for a good stretch of my life, I lived in America, and you can say that with the full breath of your chest. Like you're saying, like, not a little bit, not a lot, all coast to coast, baby. In Canada, a couple of times on accident.
Yeah, which they did not enjoy. One time on purpose, though.
Fair.
They got that good Kit Kats. This is what I was talking about, kids. These are how Kit Kats could be.
If we lived in a damn democracy and the decent country, this is what it could be. Your chocolate could be rich and delicious and not full of chemicals.
Is Robert Kennedy going to get us good Kit Kats?
No. Nope. I have had to take a break from podcasts that I love because I cannot deal with any more politics right now. I need a full breath break away from this bullshit because all it does is make me feel like shit. So,
yeah, same here. I'm off of. If any of you listeners follow me on IG, I didn't delete my account. I still have the account, but I took the app off my phone. I said I can't fucking do this. I'm too drawn in the comments, and then I want to engage, and that's no good. It leads me down a dark path.
Yeah.
So like I'm out. I don't know how long I'll be off, but I'll be off for a little bit.
Ooh, excuse me. I didn't mean to burp into the microphone. I'll probably edit that out. God damn. Well, all right. How's the missus? We often, this is something we oftentimes do. We'll talk about our kids. We won't talk about our other halves. And it's not no disrespect. It's just like we end up keeping our partners to ourselves. And I think that's a weird dude thing that we don't mean to do. So how is the wife? How are y'all doing? I don't need to know about fights or anything like that there, or you know, whatever. Just how are y'all doing at the most basic level of how y'all doing?
PF Fires. Remember that episode?
What a time.
But no, things are good. I think she's experienced a little travel fatigue, though. She does not like our. I don't want to get into politics again, but there's things she doesn't like about our current environment, and one path to resistance of the system is not to partake in the system. Grow your own food, and can and not so much. And this, let's be frank, this travel lifestyle is a very consumeristic lifestyle.
It's kind of built into it. You can't grow your own food. I mean, I guess if you could probably get you one of those little hydroponic little setups and grow some stuff, but not a lot. And then it's going to require you to buy more stuff to do what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, so that's what she's looking forward to when we settle down, having her own garden, growing her own food, homemaking more. And that'll be nice. And I can see that. We just got to decide where we're settling down, and then I don't know. We're not loving America right now. I'm sure we're not alone in that sentiment.
Correct. Man. Well, that's all legit. So that's cool. I'm excited to see where y'all end up calling it home. The problem with, not necessarily problem, I don't want to word it as problem. The thing with y'all having, leaving on the plate is we need people like y'all here. You know what I'm saying? If people like y'all, people like y'all pack up and head on out, it leaves us that fewer people like you guys who we wish and hope we need here. You know what I'm saying? Doing their part to resist as it is. So
it's true. That's true.
But also, sanity sometimes has
a vote that I could have for.
Yeah, not just your votes, but also just your presence and your ability to do what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? Her growing her own vegetables, but I know sharing them probably with neighbors. You know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? Here, where that's needed. For a country that just seems to be like saying, fuck the poor. And I don't know. It comes with a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of baggage, but I hear you. And also, like I said, I can't, but logic dictates. Sometimes you got to be like, I cannot fuck around with this. This is dangerous to me and mine. And sometimes you gotta protect your neck and protect yours. So I fully understand it. Don't ever get it twisted. I'm like, you should stay. Like, no, if you can go comfortably and get the wet out of Dodge and go live your life somewhere in provincial France or you know what I'm saying, or wherever, I'm not hating on it. So
but jeez, I don't know when the last time I talked about our travels. We've seen some cool things since then. No whales yet, though. Whales is on the list of things. We saw a live bear. We saw a moose. We saw bighorn sheep. I don't know why I wanted to see a bighorn sheep for some reason. They got big horns in their teeth. They're not a big deal, but it was a big deal to me, damn it.
fair. I feel like you can bump. Well, like, I'm certain you can bump into whales on the West Coast. You can definitely bump into whales on the up toward Boston way, up in New England. They
That's what I heard. I heard it's better whale viewing over there.
People do a bit of whale watching in that neck of the woods. So it's kind of fun. Plus, in general, I get it. I know the history of Boston. I know motherfuckers is some racist shit that goes down in Boston all the time. Sports people tell you all the time Boston fans are the worst because they are racist fans. Not just so they're not like Philly fans who will just, Philly fans is mean. But Boston fans are the racial slur fans.
They'll battery at you.
Yeah. So it's like that's what separates Boston's mean from Philly's mean. But I got friends up in that area. I've gone to that area a ton myself. I mean, a lot, y'all. I've been to Boston a great many a time, and I've never ever had a bad experience. Now, of course, like I said, I'm traveling. I'm usually kicking it in probably the more touristy spots, which are going to be, of course, more chill vibes. But like I said, I have been in that city, and everybody has always done right by me. The one time I end up in a bar that I probably shouldn't have been in, the bartender was like, "Hey, you be safe out there, man. Even a big guy like you know what I'm saying, it's dangerous out there." I'm like, "Thanks, brother. I'm glad you were because he knew I was from out of town. Because of course it's obvious sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that people are guests.
Right.
But I like that he still was like trying to look out for me, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I've had good experience in the city of Boston, so I respect that. So I highly recommend a visit to that neck of the woods up in New England, because I dig it, man. I think you dig it too. So you get a chance, go ahead, get your Boston on, sir.
Might do that.
What I always ask this, but just because I'm always interested in knowing, what are y'all places you haven't been? You're like, I absolutely 100% got to make sure I hit this before we call this done.
I think Big Bend. I just want to see this. I'm out there nature kind of guy, and Big Bend and the Marfa Lights is another thing.
Now, where's that located?
Both of them here, Texas. Both of them are located in Texas. Marfa Lights is supposed to be this odd, weird, chilling experience that I'm a thrill seeker, so I don't mind running up on some ghosts.
Fair. Like, run up and get done up, ghost.
Should I look up Marfa Lights? I'm not explaining it well.
If you spell it for me, I will look it up right now, and we can go over it.
All right, MARFA. Marfa Light.
Marfa Light, LIGHT.
It's a phenomenon.
Marfa Light.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 words: Marfa space lights. Marfa lights, also known as Marfa ghost lights, are regularly observed near Marfa, Texas, in the United States. They most often are seen from viewing area nearby, which community has publicized to encourage tourism. Scientists observing the lights over the period 2000-2008 concluded the lights were the results of automobile headlights being distorted by warm desert air. According to Judith Bruce, the best place to view the lights is is a widened shoulder on Highway 90, about 9 miles east of Marfa. The lights are most often reported as distant spots of brightness, distinguishable from ranch lights and automobile headlights on Highway 67 between Marfa and Presidio to the south, primarily by the aberrant movements. Robert and Julie Wagers define classic Marfa lights as being seen southwest of Marfa Lights Viewing Center, MLVC. They define the left margin of the viewing area as being aligned along the Big Bend Telephone Company tower as viewed from MLVC, and the right margin of Chinati Peak as viewed from the MLVC. Referred to as Marfa Lights View Park, east of Marfa, James Bunnell describes Marfa lights as orbs of light which change in intensity and color, which can move or remain steady, splitting or merging. He describes the lights as being usually yellow or orange, but also occasionally hues including green, blue, and red. These are definitely just headlights.
Aw, man. I wanted to be Ghost or something freaky.
The science is not backing you on that one, baby. I'm sorry.
Damn you, science.
Hey.
I'm usually on your side.
That's fun. Hey, man, you can go see him and say you saw him, and there you go. It's easy as that. I see where it's at. It's way over here near, what is that part of Texas? Basically the straight line part of Texas, but like kind of deep. So it's like I'm not gonna lie to you, as I look at it, it's pretty close to Mexico. So
people say they get an airy feeling or something from it, though.
I mean, but people always say shit like that. Here, I'm gonna pull this up for you so you guys can see the where Marfa Lakes be popping off on the map here. Give me just a second to share my screen. Window.
All right.
Marfa Lights share. And this is the Marfa Lights situation in Texas where all this belongs.
Oh, there.
Right there, right up against the Mexican border. So, actually, I should give you a bigger look. Give me a second. Actually,
I can see it, but I'm open.
Yeah, and you see, like, this is all of Texas, and when I say the straight line part of Texas, this is what I'm talking about. Right here is where this situation will be popping off at. I wish I could zoom that picture a little bit. Let me see if I can with the little cheating. Yeah, kind of make it a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? Not great, but yeah. Mexico right here. I believe Oklahoma is this. So what is this? Colorado?
This right here, the square?
Yeah. Or Kansas. No, that's not Kansas either.
I don't know. I'm not sharing my screen, so I don't know where you're.
So here I'm waving the mouse. I
don't know why I'm pointing to it with my cursor. You can't see
it. So above it, we know is Oklahoma.
I saw your mouse moving.
So the square right here is that Colorado?
I think so.
Yeah. So we did. I realized the last couple episodes.
You should know as a traveler of this country. I should know.
But how funny, because several times recently we have really gotten into the old geography. Yeah, it's geography. Yes, yeah. Got real social studies on these fools on this show. So now I just want to get a good look at the map. Here, we're just gonna say.
Super right. I said it with such confidence.
I just want to be able to. Can I just click on the word? I don't want West or East Texas. I want a map of all of Texas. You so and so's. There it is, Texas. If I click Texas, and indeed, no, that right next to that is New Mexico. That's New Mexico right there.
Oh,
Colorado above and a little to the left of. Which Again, this is the same. This is the same map I had to use last time.
Close.
Only Texas highlighted, but I'm going to pull it up on the screen, guys, because I am a dork. So again, I'm going to share the screen. I'm sorry I can't help myself, guys. I'm super into geography and maps and all that good stuff. Cartography, I guess, if you were.
No, that is New Mexico.
Yeah, that's New Mexico sitting right.
Colorado's a square state.
Yep, right there. That's Colorado sitting right there. Wyoming right there. I knew Oklahoma was right above it. So, so I'm hip to the.
I know because the
Panhandle, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hip. So, the Marfa lights are right around here. So, and remember, Texas, massive. This map, I feel like our maps don't do Texas justice because it's huge in ways because you think, Ohio can fit in there and Indiana can fit. No, it's so big. Like a couple of days to drive across Texas, right?
And driving around is a pain in the ass. Like, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm telling you right now, bro, you get up in here, you hang out in Massachusetts, get out here on the coast, the Cape and stuff like that. They're lovely. You know what I'm saying? Fuck both of these states. I mean, I look, love the Vermont. Ben and Jerry's are from there, and they out here. Some people there are fighting a good fight. So word to Vermont. But Massachusetts is pretty great. Rhode Island kind of nice as well. No distinct yay or nay to Connecticut. Whatever. Fuck them. But like I said, I always love for this little situation right here. I love Maine as well. But you've been to Maine, so you know what it is.
So, yeah.
Respect.
I've had my lobster roll.
Yeah, good lord, it's so good. If you have not had a lobster roll, you're playing yourself. But there you go, man. I mean, not there you go. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I know you can tell us so much more, bro. How's the RV holding up and all these travels and so forth? Ooh, you super broke up and lost all kinds of whatever. Start that over again. How's everything going? Oh, it did it again.
Oh, sorry. I said it. I am. Oh, my little thing is going down. My bar. Why? Man, fuck you, Elon Musk. Fuck you for a lot of things, but this internet's not that great.
Thanks.
Yeah, I could tell a ton of things. I could spend 2 hours talking about what we've done since the last time I've been on the show, and I still have stories that I just skipped over. But like I don't, I'm hoping to be back on to talk about this shit
with a proper internet connection.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I drop the Starlink is raved among the full-time travelers, but it's not doing great right now, and I got no obstructions in the sky.
Yeah, I feel like Starlink is good for
clear shots of the sky.
Basic interneting, but the reality of it is we're doing some high-level shit here. We're both uploading and downloading video packets back and forth to each other, and I don't know, man. It's not. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It could be way, way worse. So,
okay, cool.
I respect it for doing
I've had worse.
Pulling off. Oh, faux shizzle. So you know what I'm saying? I'm putting respect on the name. But you saying the RV is doing well? It's holding up. You're doing well, pushing it all around this country.
Yeah,
truck's doing okay.
Yeah, truck's doing okay, but like the kids are getting kind of big for it, so that's another like indication. Like, if we've been doing this too long, the kids are getting too big for the RV, and there's just nowhere to go when they're mad at you, so they don't storm off and slam a door. They just go into their bed. You can hear them talk shit about you.
That's trill as fuck when you think about it, though. Like, I ain't hiding what I gotta say about you, old man. Fuck you and your shoes. That's wild grimy right there, boy. Damn.
Yeah, no, I can give. Well, I gotta let them have the room that my parents. I don't want to be feared, and they do love me. and they do look up to me. And when it comes down to it, I can trust that they have the kindness in their heart for me. Sometimes it's just gonna get upset because of teenage hormones.
Sometimes she's gonna be upset because upset is a thing. It's okay to be upset, and it's okay to then come around and hopefully forgive and learn from and move on. So
All right.
respect it. Yeah. So I'm again.
In states like Texas. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Trying to let my man cook, and it was his
internet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go on. You said in states like Texas, what happened?
I was just in states like Texas, and it's just like when your kids kind of get a little mouthy with you, they expect you to pop the kid in the mouth, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm not going to do that. I've had people said that to me. You don't. I mean, don't get it twisted. What was? Oh, I can't remember. This was a few years because my youngest was real young. And she's just so clingy to my wife that like my wife had to go somewhere without her, and she went running down the street. And I'm not running. I got bad knees. I'm old. I'm just gonna walk after you briskly, and I can keep pace. But I'm not running after you. And she's ran past this old lady site, and that lady had the nerve to tell me, like, if that was my daughter, I'd whoop her butt. And I said, my dad used to do that to me too. Guess what? He's in another state. I got away from him.
the realest shit you ever wrote. Sometimes you just got to be true with people. Like, ma'am, the audacity to tell somebody else how to raise their children.
I know exactly. Like, well, I could have worded it better without throwing dirt on my dad. I love my dad, and I love when they come to visit. Their last visit, they visited since I last been on the podcast. Their visit was great. We had a great time with them. So don't let me, if that ever gets back to him, I love you, Dad. Don't hit me.
Oh shit. Hey, and my own mother as she's gotten older has been like apologetic for things she did back in the day that she knows now with age and time was not great. And
right.
My kid recently told me that one time I did something that apparently bothered them because I snatched their ass up. Didn't hit them because I don't hit my children. But what I did do is snatch their ass up in a way that has left them with an impression. And so I'm like, oh shit, that's fucked up. That's fucked up of me to have done something to you that clearly has affected you in that way. You know what I'm saying? And so errors are still made even as you try to be better.
Yeah.
And so, players fuck up, man. It's real. So, but
some parents don't have that strength.
Yeah. And just and they don't know don't even know that that's an option because their parents would have never. You know what I'm saying? So you forgive and you try to do better. I'm glad that your relationship. I'm glad that they have learned because it didn't start this way. But your parents have come around and learned and are you know what I'm saying? That all the more better. You know what I'm saying? And now they get to, they come and kick with their grandbabies. Because like I said, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to not miss out on on their lives while you guys are out on the road. And that's pretty dope. So respect
some fun times with them.
Yeah, respect to your folks, man, for becoming all the better in their as they age, You know what I'm saying? Use a butt, man. Use a butt as a child, bro. Sometimes they had to probably get at you. You're jumping off of cliffs and shit, man. Oh my god.
I told the kids can't forget that story. I told that to them, and they're like, they I don't know what their fascination with that their parents is, but they keep bringing that up.
Bro, that story affects me to this day. I tell people who don't. When I tell stories of you, that's one of the stories I tell other people about you. Yeah, let me tell you the story about my man. When he was little, he did this, and people are always like, "It's It's always like, what?" It's always one of those stories that people are like, and then I think people respect it. Like, hell yeah, that's pretty dope that a kid would do some shit like that. I'm like, it really is. Just means you was a different. You was a different level of smart ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like hilariously smart, but also like, damn, homie, that's cold. So
yeah, I jumped to my desk, mom and dad. Waka waka.
Pretty hilarious, man. It's hilarious because you didn't. That's what makes the fun. That's where the fun comes in on that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my man's alive and well, and his parents, have him still to appreciate and love. So just chill. That's all it is. Just a little bit relax. That is what's up, man. I can't wait for. No, I mean I can wait, but I'm saying I can't wait for you to. I can't wait to hear more of your adventures, but also I can't wait for you to be done with this particular set of adventures and have a new set of adventures, and that once you settled into a place to call permanent, or as permanent as anything can be. And I always tell you this, and I know it's just repetitive in a sense, but sometimes it bears repeating. I'm proud of you for being out here on this mission and having a good time, doing your best, trying to be a good dad and a good husband, and taking in this life because life is short, and you might as well just do your best to enjoy it. I lived through you in this regard, you know what I'm saying, and I love that for you. So it's dope to be able to check in with you from time to time and to hear where this adventure has brought you next. So that's what's up with that. Hey, old man. Oh, here, tell your Uncle Hey right quick. You throw that in your ear.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Look how big he is. Look how pretty his hair is. It's my boy. I love him so much. What y'all working on?
They're stealing my bike to fix it because my cars are all blown up.
Oh yes, that is the case. Very good.
Yeah.
Have at it. I love you. Thanks for checking in on me.
I love you.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Your uncle said bye. Oh my God. Oh yeah. You all good. Hey, speaking of which, I guess I was like, I'm saying, well, hey, there you go. That was your Gab with Gabe session. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. That's my homeboy, and I love talking to him and having a good little sesh with him. Slide over to a little tea time. Tea time still doesn't have a video package. I don't know if I'll ever make myself one, but maybe I will someday. That boy who just came in the house calls me Monday. I'm sitting down to record Cadillac on Mars, Chaffee and Delvin. And out of the blue, he's like, hey, man, can you come get me? I'm on the highway. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Car through a rod, went straight through the engine block, car dead. Not, this car will never rise again. It will be going to a scrap yard at some point here in the very near future. So, but I'm having to go get him off the highway. And of course, like if you have an Apple phone, you can do what's called drop a pin. I don't know if there's a version of that on Google phones, so I'm not trying to diss Google phones by saying y'all don't have this ability too. I just don't know if it's there. So he drops a pin. I'm like, cool. I'll just drive to that pin. Well, driving to that pin puts me in a little neighborhood just off the side of the highway. And they're like, that's not where he's at. He said he's on the highway. So then I'm like trying to drive and find him, and I finally see him because I've gotten off the highway at this point. Now I'm slid back on a highway situation, but I'm on an on-ramp, and he's right there next to the on-ramp. So of course I can't do anything. It's the on-ramp, and I have to be at speed getting off of that. So I have to go down the road, turn back around, go by the airport, swing it around to get back on the highway because he's at the Snow Road exit off over there by the airport. If you want to know where my kid was at, so I have to go over there, come back around, and then kind of slide in and collect him from there, which I did. And then he went the next day to go get the car towed home. So it is in the driveway right now. But adventures in parenting don't stop when you got a 21-year-old even. So never, ever, don't ever think that the phone call can't come in and be like, hey, man, come through right quick. Because it does, people, it does. And I had to chuckle at that it even goes down like that.
I gave him a little advice on his 21st. I don't know what required the advice, but just in case, I said, have between each drink, have a glass of water. So fight off the hangover.
So when we got home
he's not much of a drinker, he wouldn't have to worry about it.
For sure. When we got home after his birthday party to come here and then eat what did we come home to eat? His pie. Because remember, he gets pie for his birthday. He's not a cake man. I was like, Uncle Gabe said to make sure you drink some water, you know what I'm saying, with your drink. And he was like, went right to the kitchen, filled up a big old one of my water bottles, and made sure to drink him some water right then and there, man. So don't think your advice went unheeded, because it did not. He definitely listened to you and made a point to go get him some water. Gabe is my children's godfather, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We don't do it godfatherly, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't go do this in the church or anything like that there, but he's right. It's levels to this shit. That Gabe is not just, my homeboy. That's family to me and to my children. And so, yes, your advice was heeded, sir. Is what it comes down to. Is what I'm saying. So, know the wisdom you share.
I'll call T Uncle T.
I am Uncle T, and it makes me laugh every time they show up and we talk for a little bit, because they're my well, no, it's like I said, that's the point. They're not my babies anymore. I mean, I got two little ones, but they are so big now, and every time I see them, and I'm like, bruh. Like, Gabe's wife is basketball tall, and his oldest is definitely slowly but surely taking after her. So she's gonna be dunking height at some point in the very near future, which means when the next time I see her, she's gonna be like up to my shoulder or to my ear or something. I'm gonna be like, holy smokes, look at my baby. So that's what it is, y'all. It's fam. It's how we get down, y'all. But let's get to it. I'm trying to get we were supposed to do a relatively quick show, but of course I don't get to talk to my homeboy that often, and so we over here just jabbering and jawing. Let me hit y'all with some Emma the assholes, and then we'll take care of the rest of the business and slide on out. But if I'm doing some Emma the assholes, it means you gotta get this. Man, I really enjoyed that one. Each week we head to the subreddit Am I the Asshole on the site Reddit, which, then this is broken up into little subgroups called subreddits. And this particular subreddit is called Am I the Asshole? And I go in and pull a range of selections from these. And if they all hitting, well, we knock them all out. If only a couple of them are hitting, we only do a couple of them. Every one of these is relatively short, so we might be able to kill them all off real quick. But if you have one, you're like, I ain't trying to deal with it, no worries. But here they are as follows. Am I the asshole for not telling anyone I was arrested?
I relate.
Here's another one. Am I the asshole for wanting my boyfriend's kid to work or go to school? And then the last one. Am I the asshole for making my cousin my flower girl?
So. Okay, we can do all three.
Yeah. I'm telling you, they're super brief too. So, which one do you want to start on?
The arrested one, because I got a little story that goes with that.
Fair enough. Let me jump to it. Am I the asshole for not telling anyone I was arrested? So I was arrested about 6 months ago in the great state of Florida for the crime of underage drinking. Well, please don't. What you want is a woman who will come and show you their titties. You want that in life, people. So So I was arrested about 6 months ago in the great state of Florida for the crime of underage drinking. My friends and partner, they are in quotes, is why I quote them, were all released on tickets while I spent about 3 days in the county for my arraignment because I was booked as a doe because I wouldn't give the police my name. Children are so stupid. That's not really in dispute here. But the issue is that I was out of contact with my family for those 3 days, and they were very worried. I spun a story about losing my phone. The whole thing really messed up my life, and I decided not to go back to college and to instead return home, find an alternate university to pursue my education. A few days ago, a letter came to my parents' house from the court about my case's disposition. I stupidly put their address down. You are right. Stupidly is the word there. Again, I'm saying children's brains ain't developed, man. And they found out everything that had happened and that I was in jail. They were very upset with me as my sister, and as was my sister, that I didn't tell anyone. And I'd like to know, this is how this is written. So so don't worry about it. And I'd like to know I was the asshole for not telling my family I was arrested. I think he would like to know, but he wrote it like, I know I'm the asshole. I feel like I shouldn't have to because it's my private legal matters. Is this kid an asshole for not telling his folks he got arrested?
See, I don't think he is. Leaving them hanging when they're worried about you for 3 days, that could be kind of tough. But like, it's a tough one because he left his parents hanging. But like he said, and like he correctly said, it is his business, his private legal matter. If he's an adult, because you're between 18 and 21, you can get busted for underage drinking and still be an adult. That's really nobody's business. I
Say again? Oh, his internet kind of hinked up on him.
Before I go, I'm stepping on your toes and tell my story. Go ahead.
Refresh. See if when you hear this, because I can see that you don't have any bars on it. Refresh right quick and see if it helps the cause. I don't know if it will, but let's see.
Okay, or refresh real quick.
All right. I look how it zooms in. You get that like it's T right there, big as day. Oh my gosh. The Starlink was being a real biggity bitch to my man's here, but here it says he's back. Let me just add him to the stream.
All right.
You're about to tell a story. Tell it while the internet's hot.
Okay. So, as longtime listeners know, I've been arrested a few times for underage drinking. And she found out because and I never was an opportunity for me to say like, oh, by the way, I've been arrested a few times for underage drinking. So I didn't tell her, and she didn't know what underage drinking and ran homeless, unhoused. Sorry, I thought we call them unhoused. Unhoused people. I don't know. Was I an asshole? Maybe a little bit. I mean, this is a person I was committed to, and go ahead.
Oh, I want you to know none of this story has every bit of it was broke up. I'm going to assume you never told your wife that you had been arrested for underage drinking, so she was shocked to find out you had been arrested at any point in time. I don't feel like it makes you an asshole for having not shared that with you because, of course, that does not come up, and people don't go sharing. I was arrested once for underage drinking. It's not really a sing-songy kind of situation. It is a good podcast story, though, so I don't know.
We were dating for a while.
Yeah, Yeah. So
when that came up.
were you engaged yet or still dating?
Still dating.
Yeah, fuck no. You're good. And of course you know that already. So I tell Gabe you're a regular. And of course it stands to reason that of course I'm always going to be on his team in situations where it's like him or his wife, unless he is really fucking up, which is quite possible. It's going to be rare that I don't just vote for my homeboy. It's my homeboy. Oh my god. Let's take a quick peek at the comments, see if anybody says something. Here we go. You're the asshole. Underage drinking, not the end of the world. Then being a tough guy with the cops and getting thrown in jail and finally lying to your own family about it. Ha ha ha. The OP responds, me going to jail? Funny. Also, I wasn't tough with them. I just refused to answer their questions or assist them, which is correct. Yes, going to jail is absolutely hilarious because it's clear how much of it was self-imposed by your own stupidity. Somebody responds, at some point, I'm going to be watching a body cam video and be like, why does this sound so familiar? Oh, right, that Reddit asshole. Here, I'll keep reading for a little bit. Next person says, you made it 100%. Yeah, you made it 100 times worse for yourself by doing that. You went to jail and your friends were released because you were childish and they cooperated. And my man responds, I am not required to incriminate myself. I feel bad I didn't tell anyone, but at the end of the day, it happened and I'm not sorry for being arrested. Because you shouldn't be. Because it's bullshit to be arrested because you wouldn't tell these fuckers your name. For underage drinking. Don't take anybody to jail for underage drinking. Get them fuckers home and keep it moving. God.
Yeah, give them a citation. Let it go. I got dressed in orange jumpsuit for underage drinking. That's how serious they took it where I got busted.
Yeah, that's whole shit. And they fucking know it. This person says, I got an MIP in California, one of the strictest straits for MIPs. I don't know what that is. Minor in possession, probably. It's now expunged from my record because I cooperated. You screwed yourself. The person responded, the OP responded, the police don't decide on an expungement. That's up to the courts and the DA. Because I didn't cooperate with the cops, the cops had nothing on me. So my charges were all dropped weeks after I was arrested. Boom. Because he didn't fuck with these boys and didn't give them shit. So he did his time, which was about 3 days in jail. And of course, has nothing on his record now. Because they had nothing to hit him with.
I'm gonna double down and say he's not an asshole. He's smart.
Same. I at first was kind of like, oh yeah, you fucking whatever. Not being in contact with your family for 3 days. I go long periods of time without talking to my mama. Definitely more than 3 days. So, and one more for the OP. I don't plan on seeking an expungement. It's a waste of money, and I did nothing wrong. Anyone who looks me up can see the state drop the charges. Is my life supposed to stop for weeks and months after this one thing? I like that he's fighting a good fight in the comments too. Word up, little man. No, you're not an asshole. You're fine. That's your business, and you can keep it to yourself. Peace to the gods. You want the boyfriend's kid situation, or you want the flower girl situation first?
I'm gonna take the boyfriend kid situation first because there's a little bit of audacity there. Like that's not your kid, but well, let's see what the level of the relationship is, though. Never mind. We'll take that back.
I agree with you.
How long? Oh, you do?
Yeah. Let's build. I'm gonna ask for wanting my boyfriend's kid to work or go to school. My boyfriend's son is 18. He'll be 19 in May and graduated from high school last spring. He didn't get a semi-full-time job until the middle of July. He's working very minimally at a restaurant. I didn't make a big deal about it because I figured he was taking a break after high school. So he got the semi-full-time job at this landscaping company in the middle of July. Everything was going well until the fall. He decided not to go to technical school or college. Well, school isn't for everyone. The problem I have is that since the end of October, he hasn't been working hardly at all. We live in the Midwest, so there is no lawn mowing or landscaping after October. So right now, he is working even less hours at the restaurant and maybe shovel snow once every so often. Am I the asshole for wanting him to get off his butt and work?
I need more context.
I've given you what I've given you. So let's take a look at some of the comments.
Does she live? Okay.
Good question. Yeah. You know, all what you have in your heart would make for a more clear understanding, but all we got is what she gave us. So we're gonna go with that. Hold on. Am I making an assumption by saying she?
All right.
I don't think this person identified their gender.
True.
I don't know what they are. So don't want to make any kind of assumptions. First comment says, I was kind of sort of on your side with the whole he's an adult, he needs to start contributing argument until that remark about him taking up space you own. Wait a minute. There was more in this than when I initially read it. She had said something about him having a room that could be used for her kids. And of course that's gone now. I remember that when I pulled this story. So here I'm gonna read you this comment. I was kind of on your side with the whole he's an adult, he needs to start contributing argument until that remark about him taking up space you want for other kids. Turns out you're not wanting to contribute to his growth and maturity. You just want him out of the way. You're the asshole. I'm gonna scroll down because oftentimes they'll put the original post in the body of the all the comments and stuff. And if I can find the original one, I'll read you the original. Because, like I said, she definitely did say some shit about her kids and so forth. And of course, that's what made me say, "Oh yeah, you are an asshole." But she has deleted and tweeted. Yeah, here we go. Here's the original.
Edited. You got to sustain herself.
And what's nice, this is an auto moderation thing that Reddit does, and it says this specifically. It says, "Thanks for posting this. This comment is a copy of your post, so readers can see the original text. If your post is edited or removed, this comment is not accusing you of copying anything. Read this before." So basically, they give you an unedited version. So it's good to know this. So now here's the unedited version, and why you can see why I was already like, "Fuck that bitch." My boyfriend's son is 18. He'll be 19 in May and graduated high school last spring. You know all that. Full-time job, blah, blah, blah. Landscaping company in the middle of July. Everything's going well until the fall. He decided not to go to school. Okay, you know that. So right now, he's working even less hours at the restaurant and maybe shovel snow and snow blows once or twice a month. That's already different than what she has written up there. In the meantime, he's laying around playing video games, hanging out with friends, and basically being lazy. My boyfriend does not charge him rent or utilities and allows this behavior. We have 4 other kids besides him and could use his bedroom. I believe that he should be paying $200 to $300 for rent if he's not going to school and, for the matter, not really working. Am I the asshole for wanting this? See how different that is than what I just read you?
That is. All right. So more selfish in the unedited version.
Yeah.
It is about wanting to get him out the way and like.
Exactly. Let me see if I can find her, because she ain't really commenting to anybody. And her karma score is minus 100 right now because people really lit her up.
Like, make it an issue.
Yeah. Here, let's click. Because I guess she was in the comments fighting for her a little bit. Let's see. I don't know. So the way Reddit works, it's so weird. Does anyone know how much groceries cost for a family of 7? I also pay all utilities. It's not like I'm sitting over here not paying anything. Okay, that's one thing. I was in college full time and working part time. I worked 40 plus hours a week. Okay, so that was your life, not his. Anyway, yeah, you're an asshole. It's relatively easy to see. So simply not going to even care about that. Last one. Am I the asshole for making my cousin my flower girl? I, 28, it says 28 a.m. No, 28 am engaged. Then, okay. I, 28, am engaged to Peter, 30, male. I don't have any nieces or nephews on my side of the family, but I have lots of younger cousins. My fiance has one niece, Alyssa, 5, and one nephew, Sam, 3. They are brother and sister. My fiance and I are both very close to our families. We agreed I would choose my bridesmaids and flower girl, and he would choose his groomsman and ring bearer. He chose his nephew Sam to be his ring bearer, and I asked my little cousin Madison, 3, to be flower girl. The trouble came on New Year's Eve when I went to spend it with his family. Alyssa told us she was so excited to get her flower girl proposal since her brother got his ring bearer one. Peter just looked at me and said, I think we have a different special job for you that day. She instantly cried. We didn't see her the rest of the night, and she was so upset I felt awful. I know the obvious fix would be 2 flower girls, but we don't want a second flower girl or a second ring bearer. Multiples are harder for pictures to get the kids to all cooperate. I thought about making her a junior bridesmaid, but she's so little they don't make a matching dress. My fiance thinks I should have considered that when he said he wanted to make Sam the ring bearer. Your fiance is an asshole. So am I the asshole? Update: we are not having 2 flower girls. We are having our 1 flower girl, my cousin. In my opinion, no, this person is not an asshole. Exactly. Not the asshole. The girl's parents should have navigated the situation. Go
on. Madison as a flower girl too.
What happened? I'm sorry. Damn it! It's like right when you start to get cooking, your internet, the Starlink says no more, sir. What? I'm sorry. What happened? Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call Gabriel and just have him tell this story so we can have the clarity of this story told to us. Mute your headset for me, man. I'm going to call you on your phone. Your phone on you, I guess. His phone's in the house that he needs to go get it from. Oh, here. Yeah, I'm going to call you then. All right.
Oh, we're gonna get an echo here.
Well, no. That's why I said mute the headset.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm blaming Elon Musk.
Oh, for sure.
So we can really relate to this one. It was just a quick thing. On our wedding, my wife picked her cousin Madison to be the flower girl too. I didn't have a problem with it.
Was there any beef or anything like that? Was somebody trying to be salty about it?
No, I mean, and I don't understand. That's why I don't understand what's going on here. He entered the agreement, and he's like, "Yeah, I agree with you. The fiance is an asshole."
Yeah. Looking at that dude sideways the rest of his days, I'm telling you that shit.
Yeah, you already agreed. She gets to pick. She picked her little cousin. And like you said, the parents should have said, hey, sorry you didn't get to get picked. Then not everyone's going to get picked to be in part of the wedding. And it's going to upset everybody, but it is what it is, man.
Facts.
Can't please everybody.
Yeah, exactly the case. Well, there you go, people. That was our Emma the Assholes for the week. As you can tell, a good selection, a solid selection, and only one actual asshole in this situation. That was that lady who's trying to kick her kid out and then tried to edit her shit on the back on some bullshit. So fuck her.
She knew she was wrong.
Yeah, she did. That's exactly what it is. Foul ass. So Gabe was trying to be better about saying bitch, and I'm trying to join him in solidarity, at least here on this production. I'm trying to bandy the word bitch around, but except for this time, a bitch made men. But that's some other things that you had to be a part of that you're not. So sorry, guys.
It's like I'm not going to please someone else's saying of the word of the word, but like I knew I was coming from a bad place saying it, so I had to back off of it. I mean, like some listen back in the day, some listeners called me out on it too. Like, man, you got 2 daughters, you gotta use that a lot. Like, sorry, I'm not meaning to use it, but like sometimes the word comes out.
Exactly. And I'm not knocking you for it. And also, like I said, I'm just I'm with you on that. And I try to lift you up and try to join in with you on this situation. Try to be a little better about how I throw it around. So if I throw out bitch right now, it's almost always about some dude. And it's with intent and malice and meant to hurt. I'm throwing that bitch as hard as I can. In this case, that bitch was this word. And I'm intentional with that shit. So it's real as fuck. Entertainment shit, man. Gabe, you been watching, reading, listening to anything you care to share with the guys, the listeners?
No, I try to listen to podcasts. I try to listen to this podcast. I try to listen to music while I'm working, and it's just I'm reading too much shit to like concentrate. Like I can't do it. So just listen to music that I've heard like 1,000 times. Because not even that. Sometimes I gotta put the music down.
It can just fade to the background. So I fully get that. You know what you got to do is find you a nice little bit of instrumentation. I find instrumentals I can read through and without much issue if I'm just listening to music. You know what I'm saying, without lyrics. So I kind of that's just for me. I mean, I don't know if you're the same way. So if you find you a nice instrumental set of things and just kind of groove to the beats while you do your daily. Let's see. Where did I put my notes at? Okay, y'all. I finished up Silo, season 2 of Silo. Season 2 of Silo is doing exactly what it should do, and it's very, very, very closely following the books, and I like that. So what that will end up being is the 3rd season of Silo should be a combination of mostly flashback to how we got the silos, which I think is actually going to be very, very cool. Highly recommend y'all read the books. That book series is only 3 books long, and they're very, very good. Hugh Howey's Wool is the series of books that Silo is based on. I'm telling you right now, you want to get down with that. I rewatched, Ted Lasso was my comfort show. So I ended up watching season 1 of Ted Lasso all over again. The entire season 1 of Ted Lasso all over again. I love watching that show. Also watch tons of YouTubers who are watching it for the first time, and I enjoy getting their takes on things. I also enjoy finding jokes that I've missed in all the times I've viewed it. And I picked up one the other day, and Jamie says to Ted, he says, "Cheers." And Ted says, so he said, what Ted's response was, "Night court." And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. That is so good a joke. And I'm like, for whatever reason, I always miss that joke. So I just, to hear this after multiple rewatches to pick up on it, it's crazy to me. Hold on, I'm got a set of text messages from my lady. Okay, very good. Nothing I can do about that. I am playing last week, and I think I talked about it on the show last week, but I am playing and playing with some focus. The remake of Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, that's what they call this version of it, which is a remake of the game in a different in an Unreal Engine, and it's really good. But what's really stinky about this game after all these years is the camera. The camera is bad. Straight up, I had to crank the fidelity of the camera up, hoping it would help. But even still, I oftentimes will get stuck behind somebody or something, and I'm just swinging my damn ninja swords and or other ninja weaponry, and hoping for the best. And so that's how that particular thing moves and I gets down with. But I'm very much enjoying that game. That's on the Xbox Series X on Game Pass for me. But it is, I think, available for purchase on PlayStation. So you can also play it on PlayStation 5 if you're so inclined. Not reading anything right now. Vanessa was talking about something and she mentioned the turn of phrase a 10-minute high. And I was like, oh shit, there's a Groove Theory song called 10-Minute High. So I was like, I'm gonna go listen to that damn Groove Theory. So I pulled out my Groove Theory vinyl and listen to with the first song on this album, which is called 10 Minute High. And very much enjoyed that. But also, of course, Tell Me is on here. So of course I love that song. But I love having that is on that I own that on vinyl, and very much enjoyed that. So I got down with some of that. Also listened to Cruel Summer, the Kanye West compilation album from many a year back. Out of the blue, I just was listening to Bliss, which is John Legend and oh my God, I can't think of her name. Sorry, y'all. It's John Legend and somebody else. And they sing the song. It's a duo. It's a lovely song.
Google it, folks.
Yeah. And of course, I pulled out of nowhere To Pimp a Butterfly because, of course, my mind has been on Kendrick because he'll be performing at the Super Bowl. And every so often, my brain is like, I need to hear Wesley's Theory and King Kunta and so forth and so on. So I went to go get my To Pimp a Butterfly on and very much enjoyed it. That's all I've been watching and playing and listening to. Oh, I also I listened to this week's why is it not coming to me? What's the Tea? Nick and Reg we're discussing some things including Wicked and how it's kind of like this version of Wicked, it becomes the new canon for how the songs are performed and so forth. And what they enjoy about this new version and what they don't. What I have said, and of course I would probably need to actually say this to Nick as opposed to just telling you, the listeners, is that when Wicked comes out on physical next month here in February, and I'm going to definitely buy that movie because it's very good. I want to sit and chop it up with her about Wicked because I really, really, really love Wicked a lot. Like it's my shit, G-Book. I really like that movie. And I've watched it several times over at this point. So
I took the whole family. We had a great time. We loved it.
Yeah. I was that was the first time I've ever had a theater. No, because we definitely applauded for Endgame. But it was like only the second time I've had in life where the theater literally applauded at the end of the movie. And it's great, man. It's really, really good. So highly recommend. But you know what it is. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. That means basically subscribe to us over on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, places where you can review us. You know what I'm saying? And those places have apparatus for reviewing us, which means other people hopefully will be able to see us and will grow and be shared with more individuals who might get down with what we're doing over here. If you want to support the show financially and got a few bucks starts away, consider joining us over on Patreon, where members at the $5 here get extra content each month and early access to new shows. You also have merch over at tpublic.com/user stays Krunchy and Milk, all one word. Krunchy, of course, being spelled with a K. And feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. And of course, hear from you. We have the homeboy, Dr. Motsford Levitsky, PhD. Hit us up on Threads. Sir, don't do that ever again. The only reason I saw that is because I just happened to go look at Threads today. And I was like, oh, shit, look, my man's hit me up over there. If you want to hit us up, it's Blue Sky and Blue Sky only. I do not fuck with Threads, and I'm never going back to Twitter. So the option is Blue Sky or email.
All right, but I got to get up Blue Sky.
But I did come across your message, and here we go. It just says, it stays Krunchy Milk. I'm not a big sports guy, but I don't mind your sports talk because you relate it back to the city. I learned don't go to Nashville because we had asked the question about him. He had sent us an am of the asshole basically, and his me and Dan because Dan was talking about his friend talking about for his 40th, Dan's 40th this year, to go to Nashville, and basically we were like, don't do that. And my man Labisky here is like, okay, I've learned don't go to Nashville. And sir, that ain't no lie. Don't do that to yourself.
But how am I gonna get the Nashville hot chicken?
It's not worth it, and that's some hoe shit and some bullshit to it. Now, if you can go to Prince's Chicken in Nashville, where hot chicken was invented, and not the rest of the bullshit, sure thing. But also, don't do that to yourself. You are too old. Your stomach is not that good.
Oh, I did win a spicy contest. I thought did I send you pictures?
When?
It was in Texas. We had spicy nuts, spicy chips. candies, all that stuff, and I won the contest. It was thrown by the resorts that we stay at.
That is crazy because, of course, if I recall correctly, you did the Atomic Wing Challenge at Quaker Steak some years back, right?
Oh, that was my brother. It wasn't me.
Okay.
I tried their atomic sauce. I dipped in it. I tried a little bit. I'm like, that's all burn, no taste.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, don't. But clearly you won something. No, you did not send me pictures because you be thinking you doing shit and you don't. All you have to do is double check. When you be like, did I send that to you? Double check, and you be like, oh no, I definitely did not. So, if you have pictures of you a victory, I'm gonna make it the show art. Send me that.
All right. I'll look for it.
All good. Also, as we continue the comment, my man to Lunchbox, he said, I'm not one to speak up either, but this is your 40th, not your buddies. You do you, because of course we talked about on the episode how his Dan's friends were like basically saying, do this, and Box has a habit of not speaking up for himself, and as he gets near his 40th. He like, I gotta make sure I fight the good fight. So word to my man's for agreeing with me on that, because that's exactly what I told Box, and of course technically agreeing with Box. And for me, he said respect for the Doom lyrics, because of course I did some MF Doom lyrics, which were for One Beer, which is off of Food, if you were wondering.
I heard that song the other day.
It sounds so good. What I would want you to do, if you are so inclined, and that is to go listen to what it samples, and that is a song called Huit, Huit, Octobre. Let me see if I can spell it all out for you. It's all in French. I believe 1971 is the full name of that song. Wow, your boy knows some things. It's Huit, Huit, Octobre, Octobre, 1971. It's off of the Cortex album, Trou, True Po, Peau, Blue. So True Po Blue. And it is such a good song. I'd push play on it right now, but YouTube would then get mad and claim it. But that song is beautiful. And it's just instrumental. So no, actually there is some voice in that one. In French, so you will not understand it. But when you hear the song and then go back and listen to One Beer and be like, yo, that is wild how Doom chopped that up and made that into that song. It's just brilliant, and highly recommend you check both those songs out. Huit, Octobre, 1971 by Cortex, and One Beer, MF Doom. But again, that's what we do, people. That is the show this week. Our missing men this go round are both the 216 zone Tatum, and of course the 216 zone Lunchbox 2099. If we record next week, I'm not certain if we will be. Box will be back next week. So worry not, we're on that. But our special guest this night is of course the RVM Puerto Rican, the SKiM Podfather, the Suburban Puerto Rican. He got many a nickname, many a name, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no father to his style. Because he used to be he was the real ODP. And of course, like I said, that was what I'm saying, the old dirty Puerto Rican. And I'm saying again, because there's no father to a style, you know what it is. And that's my homeboy Gabe. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight, man. Because otherwise, it wasn't gonna be no show this week.
That was a blast, and I hope to do it again soon. This
phone shit might be the move. Like I said, I like it. It's coming out. It sounds relatively clear to me through my microphone. And I bet you if I fucked around with it, I could find a way to talk you on the phone and just pipe it directly into the computer if I thought about it hard enough. So if anything, I could have you on video, but hear you via the phone, because that way I can hear you clear without much interruption. So we got a plan now for going forward, you know?
All right.
Yeah, you did.
And we'll have to hear how it sounds.
Yeah, for sure.
Just know where you can hit me up.
Well, we'll figure it out, like I said. But of course, I am one of your hosts, the internet's Tay Rail 713. Don't make me push you into traffic. We'll do it again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.